everybody knows that we're an archery shop, but the beginning of Korbin's Archery is a pretty good story as well, and it's a lot of trial and error. It's starting a business so that we can do some other things, and that story starts back in really 2006, but we were established in 2008, right before Amy had went to school. So a little background. Amy and I are high school sweethearts. We went to Seminole, Texas, graduated together, went to Abilene Christian University together, and then Amy went on to graduate from ACU to go to dental school in San Antonio. We knew where she was going, so I went to school in San Antonio. And in a roundabout way, that's how we got started with this. I had bought a bow in high school, and when we got to college, or down to graduate school with Amy and my school, we had to buy a bowstring. And after I bought the bowstring, I thought, man, that was expensive at the time for somebody paying for graduate school and not having much money at all, which we still don't, but that was super duper broke. It was a ramen noodle days. And I decided, well, I'm gonna learn how to make bowstrings. So I learned how to make bowstrings and started making them. And I got a note from my parents in order to buy a bowstring machine. So Amy, what were you doing while I was building bowstring?
Well, you were right next to me in the living room with the string jig in the living room while I was studying till 2 or 3 in the morning every night.
So, and I was running, the string machine is loud, like it's not a quiet thing, so I would be running that thing, getting wax all over the carpet, which would make Amy really, really happy. But what were your first thoughts when you thought I was going to start building bowstrings?
I didn't think it was a good idea. I was a pretty big skeptic.
And we kept at it. I'd say the first year was pretty difficult learning, make sure we're doing everything right. Nearly building a bunch of bowstrings for free when it came down to it. A lot of stress. But then we kept at it and the company kept growing. Amy was making it through dental school. I finished graduate school and just kept growing and growing. And it was time to decide where we were going to go when Amy was done with dental school. And we came back to our hometown, the town that in high school you say, there's no way I'm coming back here, Amy. There's no way we're coming back here. I've been telling her all along we're moving somewhere else. But God's funny sometimes, and I think He laid out an excellent path for us and plan, and we came back to Seminole. Just obviously with the string company, it was pretty easy. We moved it back here.
Bought a little storage building.
Yeah. She says little, a really little storage building. And we become so busy, I had to hire people to start working with me. And one of those kids was Kobe Peters. He's a military vet now. And then Braden Spence, Shasta. And then after they graduated, went on, we got Cade. We hired Cade, who still works here to this day. And all along, we started having such a following with the strings that larger companies kept offering to buy us. Well, what on earth am I going to do now? I don't know that I want to do that. And that is kind of how we got into bows. Is I kept building strings, and then I decided that I wanted to start carrying bows. So me and Ryan at Matthews started talking. And I guess that's skipping ahead. We had PSE first.
You had PSE in San Antonio.
We had PSE in San Antonio while we were building strings. And it was we've gotten well known for tuning PSE bows. And then we moved back here and we were carrying PSE Elite. And then we decided to start talking to Ryan at Matthews, which was hard to do. Ryan didn't want to come into Seminole. He thought, too small of a town, you don't have much of a market. So we made a business plan. And Amy said, we don't need to do that right now. But what happened?
He did it anyways.
So we set up a deal with Matthews and started carrying Matthews and started we had always been tuning bows. Even in San Antonio, we had bows being moved into us. We built off of that here,
but mainly PSEs.
But mainly PSEs. But we had bows being mailed in to be tuned to our strings and that, and started selling our strings to dealers all over. That started in San Antonio for about 3 years, I guess. 3 years.
3.
And then when we got back here, it got to the point where that's where everybody started trying to buy us out. But no one wanted to do it my way. They all wanted it their way. We just kept growing from there. Eventually sold half of the string company, maintained half of it. Started working the bow shop when Amy, you were pregnant, right? With the Matthews. Yeah. So 3 years down the road, Amy's pregnant with Clace. We decided to go ahead and bring Matthews in, rent a large shop to run the bow shop out of.
First real storefront he had.
Yeah, first real storefront. That was a big thing for me to have a storefront. And I guess another 3 years later, we built this shop and we're here. We're a top 100 Matthews dealer every year. We tune a lot of bows. Amy really enjoys it because she gets to come up and help clean my office because it becomes a mess while working a full-time job. So I'm a board-certified behavior analyst and a school psychologist, and Amy's a dentist. And luckily we have Cade, and we have John Herrera and John Barnes and Kristen, and who else? I mean, we just added Jesse, Jared Murray. All these guys have jobs. They help us in the shop to maintain the demand for the services we have. But there's a lot of funny stories along the way. When I came home and told her, hey, we are doing Matthews, she just thought, oh, great. Think about all the money we got to pay Matthews to be allowed to sell their bows. But it's worked out.
It's grown a lot more than I ever thought possible.
Yeah.
He's the eternal optimist. I'm the eternal pessimist. So we balance each other out.
Sometimes, right? I think it's cool, but we've set a motto that if you come in here and you don't feel like you've had a Chick-fil-A experience, that we're way behind the game. We want everybody in here to experience the best bow shop they've ever gone into. If your bow's not tuning right, you don't have to buy a bow from us. Bring your bow in, let us tune it. We offer that. We love building arrows. We love the whole experience of hearing your hunting stories, your hunting experiences, because it's what makes our shop. I tell Amy every day, I may have real jobs, but when I go to this shop, it's so much fun. Like, all we do is talk and have a blast.
Yeah.
So now I want to expand and make more shops, but we'll see if Mama lets us do that down the road.
I don't know where you're going to find the time in your day.
I have no clue. So right now all I'm doing is we're just tuning bows left and right and rebuilding bows for people. And then we get Crazy Eric in here, who I didn't mention earlier. He's a SCADA engineer that comes in and takes bows all the way apart and rebuilds them so they work again. Yeah. So now we're at 20, what year are we in? 2020, the end of 2020. It's crazy. From 2008, technically, officially 2008 to 2020, so 12 years. Unofficially 2006 to now. Apparently there's business stuff you have to put in place in order to be an actual business that I wasn't doing in 2006. So, yeah, man, this stuff's been crazy. So now that you know the history, you've got a little bit more of a background, I'm super pumped to let y'all know that our future plans are big. Our quality is going to improve. Our website's going to be constantly improving as we add, this is tough, as we add better content. We bring new people to our team, like Jesse behind the camera, Mike Kern writing articles, backcountry rookies, Caitlin Moss, lots of Allison Rouser, I'll say that wrong, but bringing in a bunch of people to help boost our content for you. Our website's going to be filled with hunting articles, with tech tips, and the purpose isn't to drive you to make purchases from that. It's to provide solely a space for you to go to learn. And that's our main intent with it. And everybody on the team knows our full intent of that, and everybody's plans the same thing. You're not going to have articles filled with a bunch of backlinks to websites to buy junk or codes or whatever else. It's to help you learn. And as we grow, we're going to start filming all of our hunts. We have enough experiences this year to fill 2 years worth of YouTube videos. So be paying attention to that. Some of our people will be going on hunts. We'll have, Jesse's gonna be our main videographer. He'll get in on some hunts, but his main thing right now is getting us this sick content. Every one of y'all that saw the Instagram posts have been super pumped about those and told us, wow, that content was amazing. Those pictures are legit. And so that's our goal. That's the future, is to bring higher quality content. Get this hot lady hunting a little bit more. You know, we have some videos of her hunting, and then get some of Clay's videos loaded. Our team members hunting and shooting videos, amping up our gun content, teaching you more about the suppressors, some of our loads, some of long range shooting, and everything that we do, we're gonna wanna get on film now. And we hope that that's beneficial to all of you. If there's something you're wanting to see from us, all you have to do is let us know and we'll bring it to you. So along with all of our increased archery content, we will be bringing, along with our new gun range and our gun shop and store, we're going to be bringing you more gun content. So I talked about us doing some gun videos and builds and long range shooting, but we're going to bring that from products that we actually have in the shop that we have experience with. So from archery to guns, we hope we can help you and support you on some DIY stuff, from DIY hunting with those firearms or bows to actually figuring out where to go for DIY hunts, over-the-counter hunts, or even tagged hunts that you're paying for the tags. So we hope you enjoy our ride for 2021, and we hope that we bring you an excellent experience, whether it be YouTube or any other social media, or if you come in our shop. If you just have questions, give us a call. Get ready for the ride.